The crimson sands of Thraxis 7 stretched endlessly beneath twin suns, a brutal wasteland where only the strongest survived. Farah had learned this truth the hard way during his first month as a xenobiologist on the Frontier Research Station. The planet's ecosystem was a hierarchy of violence. Everything ate, or was eaten. He stood now at the edge of the crystalline canyon, scanner in hand, tracking the biosignature he'd been following for 3 days. The readings were erratic, weakening. Whatever creature produced them was dying. "Farah, this is insane," Asil's voice crackled through his comlink. Back at the station, she monitored his vitals from the safety of reinforced walls. That signature matches a Thraxian apex. If it's injured, it's 10 times more dangerous. "That's exactly why I need to find it," Farah replied, adjusting his environmental suit against the scorching wind. "Injured apex predators don't just happen. Something on this planet is strong enough to wound one. I need to know what." Asil sighed, a sound of resigned frustration he'd heard countless times since they'd partnered on this assignment. "Your curiosity is going to get you killed one day." "Not today," he said with more confidence than he felt. The trail led him down into the canyon, where the temperature dropped mercifully. In the shadow of towering crystal formations, he found it. The Thraxian apex was a magnificent nightmare. 12 feet of scaled muscle and razor-sharp claws with 6 eyes arranged in a crown around its massive head. Its hide shimmered with bioluminescent patterns that shifted between deep purples and angry reds. 4 powerful legs ended in talons that could shred duralloy plating. Its tail, thick as Farah's torso, lay limp behind it. And it was dying. A massive wound tore across its flank, crystalline shrapnel embedded deep in the muscle. The creature's breathing came in ragged gasps, each exhale producing a low rumble that vibrated through Farah's chest. Its eyes, all 6 of them, tracked his approach with primal hatred and desperate wariness. "Farah, I'm reading massive stress hormones and aggressive pheromones," Asil warned. "Get out of there now." But Farah couldn't look away. In those alien eyes, he recognized something beyond mere animal instinct. Pain, fear, the universal language of a creature that didn't want to die alone in the dark. "I'm not leaving," he said quietly. He moved slowly, deliberately keeping his hands visible. The apex snarled, lips curling back to reveal rows of crystalline teeth that could bite through bone like paper. But it couldn't attack. The wound had weakened it too much. Farah knelt 10 feet away, far enough to avoid immediate danger, close enough to be seen as something other than a threat. He opened his pack and retrieved his emergency medical kit. The apex watched with predatory focus as he prepared a broad-spectrum antibiotic gel designed for local fauna. "What are you doing?" Asil's voice rose in pitch. "That thing will kill you the moment it has strength." "Maybe," Farah admitted. "But right now we're both just trying to survive this planet." He took a nutrition bar from his pack, dense, protein-rich, designed to sustain humans through harsh conditions. Slowly, carefully, he tossed it toward the creature. It landed halfway between them. The apex stared at the offering, then at Farah. Its nostrils flared, analyzing the chemical composition of the food. Several tense seconds passed before it extended its long neck and snatched the bar. Powerful jaws crushed the packaging and contents together. It swallowed without chewing. Farah tossed another. And another. Each time he moved incrementally closer. "Farah, your vitals are spiking," Asil reported. "I can hear your heartbeat from here." "That makes 2 of us," he muttered. By the 6th bar, he was within arm's reach of death itself. The apex could end him with a single swipe. Instead, it watched him with something that might have been curiosity. Farah showed his empty palms. "I'm going to help you now. Try not to eat me," he approached the wound. The smell of infected flesh and strange alien biochemistry overwhelmed his suit's filters. Up close, the injury was worse than he'd thought. Whatever had attacked this creature had meant to kill it slowly. The apex growled, a sound like grinding continents, as Farah's fingers neared the wound. He froze. Those 6 eyes bore into him, calculating, measuring. Then, impossibly, the creature shifted its weight, exposing the injury more fully. "Did it just—" Asil's voice trailed off in disbelief. "Yeah," Farah breathed. "It understands." He worked quickly, removing the crystalline shards with precision tools while applying the antibiotic gel. The apex trembled but remained still, trusting this strange 2-legged creature that fed it and healed it rather than fleeing or fighting. The suns had moved considerably by the time Farah finished. He'd used every medical supply in his pack, improvising bandages from thermal sheets and bonding them with industrial sealant. It wasn't pretty, but it would hold. He sat back exhausted and met the apex's gaze once more. Slowly, deliberately, the massive predator lowered its head until its crown of eyes was level with Farah's face. Its breath washed over him, hot and alien. Then it made a sound, not a growl or snarl, but something softer, almost melodic. A thrumming that resonated in Farah's bones. "What's it doing?" Asil asked. "I think..." Farah smiled beneath his helmet. "I think it's saying thank you." The apex stood, testing its weight on injured legs. It was still weak, but no longer dying. It looked at Farah one final time, then turned toward the deeper canyon. "Wait," Farah called. The creature paused. He pulled out his last nutrition bar and tossed it. The apex caught it mid-air, crushed it, swallowed. Then it did something that would change everything humanity thought they knew about Thoraxian predators. It stayed. 3 months later, Asil stood in the research station's observation deck, watching the impossible sight below. Farah walked through the compound's exercise yard with a fully healed Thoraxian apex at his side, like some ancient warrior with their war beast. Other specimens kept respectful distance, their instincts recognizing an alpha when they saw one. "I've documented everything," Asil said into her research log. "Subject designation Apex-01 has formed an unprecedented bond with Dr. Farah. The creature demonstrates protective behavior, advanced problem-solving, and what can only be described as loyalty. It refuses food from anyone else and becomes agitated when separated from him for extended periods." She paused, watching Farah laugh as the massive predator performed what might generously be called playing. Its bioluminescent patterns shifted to warm golds and gentle blues. "My colleague theorizes that Thoraxian apexes possess social intelligence far beyond our initial assessments. They're not just predators. They're capable of forming complex relationships based on trust and mutual benefit. The implications are staggering." Asil ended the recording and walked down to the yard. The apex's eyes tracked her approach but didn't register threat. Farah had introduced them properly weeks ago. "You know the Galactic Council is going to lose their minds over this," she said. Farah grinned, scratching behind one of the apex's eye ridges. The creature rumbled contentedly. "They already are. I've received 17 conference requests and 3 death threats from xenobiologists who think I'm fabricating data. They think humans are crazy enough to befriend an apex predator. Are they wrong?" Asil considered the question, watching the deadliest predator on Thoraxis 7 lean into Farah's touch like an oversized pet. Across the galaxy, species feared and avoided apex predators. They dominated, killed, and survived through pure predatory excellence. Leave it to a human to see one bleeding in the sand and decide it needed a friend. "No," she finally said. "They're absolutely right. And that's exactly why we're going to survive out here among the stars. While other species see monsters, we see possibilities." The apex looked at her, all 6 eyes bright with alien intelligence. It thrummed that strange melodic sound again. Farah translated, "She says you're finally starting to understand." As the twin suns set over the crimson wastes of Thoraxis 7, painting the sky in impossible colors, Asil had to admit one thing. In a universe of predators and prey, humanity had found a third option: partnership with the very things others feared most. And somehow, that felt very human indeed. The end.